Welcome back everyone, Teehashee here, and we're looking at RogueTech, and we're probably just going to do a couple fun random missions while we're in orbit over Weldry, since there are a lot of them. So let's see what we can find. Probably want to do easiest, since we only have one lance to break. Probably want to do easiest missions here. We've got a battle and a battle. I think either is just fine. They're both worth pretty much the same amount of money, pretty much the same amount of salvage. We've got our lance to throw at them. I think that that's fine. 2 mechs in reserve. And here we go. Loading screen, hopes and dreams. I've got a cousin and my brother getting married soon, and as anyone would hope for a budding new long-term relationship like that, I obviously hope the very, very best for them. All of us come from a pretty pocketed history of divorce, not personally, but within our family. Not very many instances of successful relationships. At least marriages. Okay. So that's our intel for this mission. We don't really know where they are. Find them and kill them. Looks like they're a bit up here. The other thing, I should probably change the configuration and put the Shadowhawk and Teehashee in Glitch's slot, because it's kind of screwing. Oh, I do know this map. It's just very dark. This, you'll learn to get to know this big sort of mesa very well, and this deep area here. And oh, there's someone up there. I'm assuming that reinforcements will come, because they always come. Slightly damaged fire starter. Because of the way these guys are positioning themselves. Oh, this is a Locust 1M. I really like that Locust. This is the Locust with 2 LRM racks, and if you're going to use a Locust, it's not a bad one to use, because they're easy to keep alive. With the sort of addendum that they have almost, like, they have painfully thin armor. Like in MechWarrior 5, you can shoot them with anything and they'll die. So And he also opted to stand still, so we're gonna be shooting at him. I also don't think there's much more. There was like some shot. Is that it? I guess that's it. Hey guys, future Teehashee jumping back into the recording with you. Got a little chunk of dead air that I want to fill back in instead of having you guys sit with no company. Doesn't that sound sad? So as you can see, we're here just trying to spread a little bit of damage on this lance. It's too difficult for the Vindicator to get a shot on the Locust for now. So we're trying to get our long range guns brought up to shoot at it. And I'll just wait here for a second. Here it's pretty easy to see. We'll shoot at it with the LRMs here in a second as well, that basically any damage of any sort is really hard on the Locust M, and it's only holding together as well as it is because of its defensive bonuses here. So I think so there the arm goes, and it's only got weapons of any value, which are the LRM5s mounted out on the arms. And so if you disarm it, it becomes pretty worthless. If you ammo rack it, of course, it becomes a giant firecracker. And so, but I still like it. You can still get some mileage out of that mech. You just need to be very careful with it and not be shy to keep it far away from danger until it's out of rockets. So here are the reinforcements coming in. I said earlier that it was a safe bet that we would deal with reinforcements, and they're right here on top of us right at the very beginning. So we got a 1v2 situation. And the plan is basically just to rely heavily on our mobility and heat management, stuff that I champion a lot in this game. We're going to have to rely on that stuff. And armor, I suppose. I do a lot of heavy armor builds to get us out of trouble here. Shadowhawk getting shot up, which is what it's there for, but still, it's a lot of damage right in the first pretty much 1 or 2 turns. Trying to figure out our reposition here. Okay, sorry for the dead air. Slight recording interruption, and I will probably just make an edit to change that. We're going to start rotating our units around out of the way of this oncoming lance, as well as pushing up to kill that Locust. As you can see, like I said, they're made of paper, There we're missing with our autocannon. Not a big surprise. It's our fearless leader, and he can't shoot. Keep jumping around and keeping ourselves safe. Probably just going to keep managing our heat too, especially since we're up against a fire starter. And we've got more jumps to make, so that's a solid jump. I do like that. So it looks like we forced him to back off, which is great news, because it's going to buy us time. Yeah, he's sticking to his medium lasers. He's playing Firestarter like I would, which is to say, like crap. I apologize for the ambient noise, but I live in a house, not a recording studio. More fire starters, javelins. It's all stuff that we can handle for right now, or that I'm not worried about not being able to handle, but it's always this way where it's like, you know, we're throwing 8 mechs at you, right? Something that when you can, it's worse at the beginning of the game when your pilots are awful, but like in MechWarrior 5, when you personally can deal, you know, 4 times more damage than the rest of your party and kill all the mechs that you see or engage in combat, it's not such a big deal. But here, you don't have control over that because you don't do your own aiming. Probably want to remember that this is our scout and that we're going to need to maintain line of sight even if it means getting shot some more. Okay. Surprise. Yep, that's what happens to them. As I say, I actually do like that locust and understand. I get it. I get the idea. But getting blasted like that is a pretty fatal flaw. I think we'll have this Kintaro. Let's rotate this around. That actually is looking pretty nice. Take her shot. Surprises Firestarter is getting hit so much in his legs. And both legs are in pretty bad shape. Very strange, honestly. Oh my god, what a disaster. We'll probably just leave that Firestarter. I see now why he was backing off. It's because he was that close to total disaster. behemoth make her jump. We'll kind of hop around the rim of this thing, keep our heat down, and keep working on our targets. That's a pretty solid shot. I might even warm up for that. Oof. Yeah, seems like that was the right call. Then we'll look at Decker's jump. Oh, it's just enough. Not enough to shoot at our javelin, which is a real shame. But for right now, we're just going to focus on getting this territory on our side. Still got enough shots to finish the mission. Do we want to shoot both of them? Sure. Got some stray shots, which is a little annoying, but my lance is very close to each other, so this guy's brave. But this is kind of the situation we want to force him into. That's probably our last piece of Jenner. I cut the mic so that I could just come back and have a nice, calm conversation with you all after the fact. So I was talking there for a second about stray shots, and stray shots weren't a mechanic that were always in the game. They got introduced fairly early, but definitely not since the beginning of the game. And most of the time, stray shots are on your side, but it does work both ways. So here you can see the lance is in a tight group, and so any sort of autocannon fire, even laser fire, stuff like that, shot into the group has a very good chance of hitting somebody else. I'm here looking at this fire starter that's pretty badly damaged, and I'm going to try and slice off a little bit of short range action, but I can't quite make it come together. So we'll just jump in here, and instead we'll take our shot the old-fashioned way. And you can see I'm scanning the leg. One shot from anything would take the leg out, but as is the rule of the gods in RogueTech, if you shoot at the head or the legs while a mech is downed, it just won't let you have it. Everything goes into the center torso, no matter what you do. And that's what happens here. So everything went into the CT, and the fire starter gets up, and now even the center torso can take like a hit from anything. But he isn't knocked out. It would have been much better if he had just been knocked out then and there, and it just didn't happen for us. So let's grab a hold of the Vindicator and finish the job. Can't quite walk over there, and the Vindicator's running pretty hot already, but we're going to reposition a little bit to see if we can keep the Vindicator squared off against the enemy while destroying this fire starter. I'll take a second to manage our heat a little bit. You can see like 4 damage. We'll just turn everything off. There we go. Pew, 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 pew. There we go. So that's the end of the fire starter. We had to split our fire between the fire starter and the javelin, which is a shame. The damage that the javelin has taken is interesting though, because the rest of the mech, even though one side of the mech is trashed, the rest of the mech is pretty much pristine. So I'm not saying that the mech is in good shape, but the job is far from over, I guess is what I'm going for. See what I mean here? So LRM can soften him up. And that was an autocannon 5. Alright, gonna resume this commentary now that our ambient noise issue is a little bit better. I'm still just trying to take these enemy mechs out one by one. And something out in the distance, I don't know what it is, but it had an autocannon 5, so we could shoot it with more than anything. We'd kind of like to knock it down. I know we only have 3 slots of salvage, so it's not going to matter hugely. We should probably just go for the kill. We're probably taking a slice of Jenner no matter what, so we'll just turn everything on and shoot it. Why are you being so nice, Teehashee? Just shoot it. Okay. Getting shot up by missiles. The Jenner took like 4 steps. Okay. We'll probably sprint the Vindicator around. To cool it off. See, I don't know what's doing that, but there's something like way out here with an autocannon 5 that's shooting at us.
Okay.
Actually, let's turn off the AC2. It was a headshot. I know I'm being silly though, like thinking about like, ooh, we're gonna get salvage, where we really just don't need that much salvage for what happens next here. It's pretty much the shots that we're looking for. And then the Kentaro. Kentaro hasn't been shot at all, so I'm kind of tempted to put it in a position to be shot a little bit. Probably we're going to try and go for a leg. I don't know what's out here that would have an autocannon vibe on it. It must be a medium mech, like a Shadowhawk or something. Spider's eating because she doesn't want to fight with Behemoth, which is fine. Got a javelin. Shooting SRMs at us. That's not really a surprise. I kind of left the Shadowhawk as a prime target for the Firestarter. Okay. Don't really like our jump options here. But we need to keep working on this. Jenner. I also feel like we need to make a bigger shot out of this. We'll just do the Alpha Strike. We're paying for it. Also did not get the leg. Very sad. Oh, it's a Wolverine. Wolverines, I don't like them very much in MechWarrior 5, but in this game they're very solid, so the appearance of this Wolverine should be taken seriously. Kinda... move around so that we can take this shot. Alright. Very tempting to be aggressive with Behemoth here. She still has quite a bit of heat though. And I think this is a shot on rear armor. No, it's not. That spider also has all the evasion in the world, so I'll just shoot our SRM6s at it and call that good enough. There's a shot at the Kintaro. That's what we wanted to see. This is still turning it into like a very Battletech mission where it's like, you know, it's scary because our ammunition might cook off. But we need to get this fire starter out of our face. It really can't be allowed to attack with impunity over and over and over like that. What I like to do is just a short hop to get the angle. We could hop further and then just use the autocannons. Probably the best thing to do. Here's our Wolverine. Yeah, well, that's why you're in the scout mech. Annoyingly, this guy seems to have managed to zone me out of my LRMs. I mean, he's done a couple successful things. He's forced me to split my fire. I'm not shooting at this Jenner anymore, but this, you know, the joke's on him because I am going to shoot at that Jenner. Okay. Jump, please. Jump, please. Please. Alright. Big question is, who's it more important to kill? It's definitely the fire starter. Still got a lot of these guys to bring down. We're on the verge of taking out 2 of them, but like, look at this. my guess that this is all looking pretty bad. Even if I jump her out of there successfully, I have to turn the mech towards the bad guys. Right now, her getting shot at is a problem. So... we'll turn her around. This is exactly the kind of spider you don't want to fight in this, because the spider can keep up with us as well as having the guns. Alright. Firestarter took a second to guard. We could get the Shadowhawk out of there, but we need to press this attack. And we're going to. So yeah, 2 fire starters. If I got real there for a second. Still have a very real threat in this Wolverine. But we got a couple good options. Probably gonna bring mechs down this turn, so... Okay. Your turn, guys. Just taking a shot at the Vindicator. I don't think there are LRMs to bring to bear against the Vindicator, so if we keep our wounded mechs zoning the enemy out, we should be fine. Well, do we have another punch in here? We do. It would be silly not to take it, because that's exactly the kind of punch we want to see. Might grab this because it's slightly more distance. Bam. Falcon punch. It was a kick, but you know what I mean. Nice that the Blackjack is actually taking some hits, especially from that mech. He's got the most damage potential left over. Now we're kind of in hard choice time a little bit, because we've got 2 pristine mechs. I think the best pick is still the Javelin, mostly because the Javelin is the more frail of the 2, and then we can take apart. our remaining foe. Just going to keep the Vindicator moving and shooting SRMs. I probably should have done that even before the LRM volley. We're still losing heat, sinking heat. There. Can mix a couple attacks in there. Okay. Jump jet destroyed. That's great news. And then this guy, let me look at this. I can't quite tell if he's actually up on the ridge. He looks like he is. He might not have, if he's got to walk around to either a flank or a melee attack. It might be a tough or a long walk for him. Let's do something like this. Turn those lasers off. That one laser has higher accuracy than the AC2. Yeah, not happening though. LRM 15 crit? I'm confused. That thing definitely does not have an LRM 15 on it. Oh, the punch! Ugh. I guess they picked their target. They're gonna shoot at the blackjack, both of them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and position ourselves so that we can bring our big muscles to bear. Okay, we did make him take too long to walk around. There's his alpha strike. We're gonna move Decker in just a tick, but for right now, what we want to do is shoot that javelin in the back while we can. Just about out of missiles apparently, but that's alright. We'll bring our medium lasers to bear. That is okay, Miss Glitch. Alright. Time to make this shot count. That's too much, yeah, but that's okay. That's a lot of damage. Still not the end of the world. I mean, it probably, at this point, it probably does not matter where we jump. doesn't. No. The only thing that would be sad is if we missed for some reason. But we did not. Alright, Wolverine, your play. All your friends are dead. He's going back up on the ridge, which is smart, because I was going to totally take the Shadowhawk and smash him in the nose with it. And we'll still be doing close quarters combat, because even if he hits me, it's nowhere near as serious than if I hit him. I think we're going to land. I mean, we could really just shoot him in the booty here, actually. So, I mean, all we really need to do with all of these guys is be wiping that evasion off of him. Just keep that less vulnerable side facing him. Turn all of this off. Get Glitch into this fight. We're gonna put her into a position to get shot at, because that's what we want to see. In fact, if we can make everyone else a bad target and Glitch a good target, that's probably what's going to work. So far, so good. And then we're going to visit your backside. Surprise. Headbutt. We're just going to stand here and attack. Everyone else is going to have to dance around a little bit. Out of autocannon 2, which is fine. We got lasers. Mostly we don't want to be out so that we can keep zoning this guy, but other than that, it's alright. Now, he's in kind of a desperate situation, and he's probably going to do something desperate. Well, no, that play was kind of whatever, actually. Like, my rear armor is fine, yeah. I'm going to turn around and slap you in the nose for it, though. Bad Wolverine. Okay. Well, guys, that's another mission down. We'll check out our candy. Scout mech, baby. Okay, we could finish the fire starter. There's the Jenner. There's a chunk of Wolverine 6R, which we should probably take, but we're very close to finishing the fire starter. And we're not going to be, I mean, at risk of not wanting to min max too much just because we won't have too many opportunities to showcase these lighter mechs. We might get the chunk of the Wolverine anyway. Probably not, but you know what I mean? We want to, hey, we got it. All right. We kind of want to take the opportunity to show off some of these other mechs. This was a good one for the fire starter anyway, because you really got to see what havoc it can wreak. So yeah, this is enough to replace our 2 light mechs. We didn't even have 2 light mechs out anymore. So now we gotta decide. We can always take them back out again. In that case, I gotta go with my Jenner. And we'll probably be leaving, all of our mechs are pretty badly damaged. So we'll probably be leaving Weldry. To give them a chance to get better. Otherwise, our mechs are pretty much doing what we want them to. Just look at the star map really quick. The map's probably changed a little bit. So we've got this combat area to work in. And the director knows well and truly that we are here fighting in their systems. There's a travel contract. Let's see, former Star League presence, that's kind of neat. Might be Lost Tech. I see the Comstar insignia there. Let's see. Let's go to the command center. Who are we attacking? That would be a good question. Destroy base. Attacking the pirates. It's probably fine. Keep paying our bills. And off we go. Our big, beautiful boat. Alright, our mech repairs are just about done. Sure looks like we're still on the way, though. See, there's another leopard down there. Not even our leopard. we'll probably be bouncing back and forth to Weldry a lot just because we need to take the time to repair our stuff. Okay, we got stopped 3 days out. We've almost got our repair scaffolding done. Let's look at the Jenner. So I tend to tend to turn mine into a bit of a Jenner F, which means stripping off the SRM ammo, moving the jump jets, 2 of them onto the legs, and she's ready to go. Gives us a chance to max out the armor. We're going to be pulling armor off of places to get armor on the arms for obvious reasons. Jenner's arms fall off. That's it, baby. You lose. Alright, we got that little bit of extra heat sinking, little bit of armor, jump jets. As you can see, the Jenner is kind of a crazy mech, so we'll be doing crazy stuff with it. Oh, it only needs 2 days for that refit. You should see some of the like drawn artwork for the Jenner because of it's portrayed as like a sort of bird-like and very like nimble. Its arms and head kind of bend in crazy ways. This head is supposed to actually actuate a little bit. This is more like a fixed cockpit, but I think in other ways it's depicting as sort of like a turret that can rotate a little bit left and right, despite the torso itself being able to rotate. Anywho, enough gushing. Thanks again for putting up with the recording interruptions, and hope you guys are happy to join me next time for more RogueTech.